Hi, many thanks for joining me. This is part 2 of day 3 on my trip to Warwick. I'm continuing through the locks, carrying on from where we left off in part 1. I hope you enjoy. Well, that's the Stockton flight of locks finished. That was 10 locks in all. We're now going up to the next flight of Bascote, where there are 4 locks. Once I've passed through those locks, I'll be looking for somewhere to moor up for the day. I won't be doing any more. That looks a very pleasant watering hole. Wouldn't have minded a pint, but we've decided to crack on. Well, I'm cruising at a very leisurely rate, which I'm very pleased about. The boat this morning shot ahead of me and I couldn't keep up, whereas the boat I'm paired up with is going much more slowly, and that suits me very well indeed. This looks like an old railway bridge. It's interesting to note that many of the watering points are on the opposite side to the towpath, which I found rather convenient. This is an odd looking cabin on the back of this cruiser. Couldn't make it out, but when I passed by on my return journey, this is what I found. Yes, it had been taken down, quite right too. Bascote Locks is just up ahead. Ahead of me, not that I realised at the time, is Narrowboat Susan, which has very kindly waited for me. They saw me coming in the distance and have obviously prepared the lock and gone in, and have been patiently waiting for me to catch up with them. This is good for me, as it means I'm not wasting any time, but it does mean I'll lose my pairing with Carl and Michelle, who are following up behind me. I was able to talk to them and thank them for all their help. I really felt as though I was deserting them, but that is what happens in boating. You just pair up with whoever is waiting. Anyway, these are the Bascote locks. The first 2 are interconnecting staircase locks, and we're just in the first one now. And the gates are opening so that we can move into the second lock. Beyond these 2 locks there are 2 separate locks which also form part of the Bascote flight. There's Carl now closing the gate to enable them to come down the locks. You can see this paddle is quite heavy going, but some of them do seem to lift up much easier, as on the left. I'm mooring up so I can go ahead and prepare the next lock. This is what teamwork amongst boaters is all about, helping each other and speeding up the process. Looks like I'm struggling now. I'm there at last and able to open the gate. In the background you can see me clambering across the lower set of gates. As I return to my boat, Narrowboat Susan enters the lock. And now it's my turn. Just moving up to lock 17, which is lock 4 of the Bascote flight. This will be the last lock I'm going through today, I think. There are some ahead, but I'm hoping to find somewhere to moor up and call it a day. You can just see me on the left side winding up the paddle. This is one of the original single width locks, which were taken out of action about 1930 when the Grand Union Canal was formed, this being an amalgam of several different canal companies. Now entering the last lock of the day. I'm just leaving the last lock. I'm assuming it's going to be my last lock for today. Hope to find somewhere to moor up before the next locks come. Time will tell, of course. Many thanks for your help. Thank you. Well, underway again. Oh, it's a cooling breeze coming from somewhere. Just there is the old lock, the exit. You can just see it over there. There were single locks before there were double locks, because originally the canal was built as a single width canal. And then when it was doubled, they put in the new locks, and at some stage the single locks were taken out of action. I'm not actually sure when that happened. Well, looking ahead, I can see there's no useful mooring places. It's all overgrown on the edge of the bank, on the edge of the towpath. I've just realised there is another lock to go through. It's a little way along here. I hadn't noticed it before on the map. But it's absolutely hopeless to moor anywhere along here. So probably one more lock. Whether they're going to join me remains to be seen. I'll have to keep an eye out. I'm just using the one paddle to fill this lock. That will fill it slowly, and then I'll know whether the other boat is going to come and join me. I'm opening the other gate as a boat has come into view and is about to join me in the lock, which is quite fortunate. Makes life a lot easier.
Good afternoon, thank you very much, sir.
I wondered if the boat I've been sharing with was going to turn up.
They've given up on you, they pulled up.
I wasn't sure, I forgot the stop was here. Well, I keep getting it wrong. I keep thinking I'm doing my last lock of the day, and I'm not, because I thought the last one would be, and then I was going to go round a few twists and turns and there would be a long straight where I'm hoping to moor along, and I just didn't spot on the map that there was another lock there. We're here now, actually, on the lock. Decided to moor up just ahead here on the right hand side, although there are some trees. Not ideal, but I think we've done enough for today. Well, since I've moored up, the sun has come out. It's right up there, lovely. Well, it's been another long day, over 6 hours. It's just gone 3:30. I've done 19 locks. I'm not sure I anticipated doing that number. Obviously I've had a lot of help. It's the first time I've done that number myself. It is actually quite tiring. Even though others are doing a lot of the work, I have tried to help where I can, open a gate, deal with a paddle. It's not always easy, depends what other crew is involved on the other boats. I'll say something, I am tired. I am tired. I must thank Michelle. I'm going to look at my notes because I've got various people to thank. I think I'm going to have to come back to this actually. Just need to get my thoughts together, have something to eat. So give me a break and I'll come back and give my proper thank yous to everyone. Well, I'm just having a cup of tea, which is very welcome. And you know what this is. Cheese top roll with cheese in it. I've got my thoughts together now. I had to write it down actually. couldn't get my head around it just now. So I've done effectively 4 sets of locks with 4 different crews helping me. At the Calcutta locks I teamed up with Narrowboat Marie. Didn't get any of their Christian names or anything, but they were helpful. We went through the 3 locks there, and we had agreed to go through Stockton locks together. But when we got to Stockton locks, there was a boat ahead of Narrowboat Marie, and it was decided that I should team up with them. So I teamed up with Narrowboat Duck Dilly. That's Narrowboat Duck Dilly. And that was Carl and Michelle, and I did the 10 Stockton locks with them, expecting then to go on and do the Bascote locks. But Carl and Michelle were absolutely wonderful. They were a great help to me indeed. I don't know how I would have coped without them. I did offer them a bottle of wine, white wine, and Carl said Michelle prefers pink. And I thought, oh, that's a blow. I've only got white wine on the boat. But not only did he decline the white wine, very kindly bought me an ice cream as well. That was most welcome, I can tell you. So many thanks to Carl and Michelle. When we got to Bascote locks, there was a boat ahead of me, Narrowboat Susan. They were in the lock, they'd seen me coming, and so I joined them in the lock. I went back to say bye to Carl and Michelle because it was as though I was abandoning them, which I didn't want to do. So I shared the Bascote locks, of which there were 4, with Narrowboat Susan. And then I was sort of thinking, I was at the end of the locks, but there are odd locks along the canal as you go forward. So I got to another lock, which I prepared by myself. I was thinking that Narrowboat Susan might join me, but it didn't come along, but instead Narrowboat Gleven came along. I had passed that moored up, so I'd got the lock ready. I saw them coming. I'd only opened 1 gate, so I went round, opened the 2nd gate, so they went straight in. So I joined them for that lock. I'd misread my map again. I thought that was going to be the very last lock of the day, but it wasn't. There was 1 more lock to come, which was Woodlock number 19. So I shared that with Narrowboat Gleven as well. That lock is the one just behind me, and I've moored up, and that's my cruising finished for the day. So a big thank you to everyone that has helped me today. As a sole boater, I can assure you it really is very much appreciated. I hope you're get to watch the channel. I've mentioned it to one or two of you, but as I say, many thanks for all your help. Thank you. Coming next time, I pass through Bascote Locks twice as I go ahead and then turn the boat, and then I pass through Bascote Locks again. As usual, many thanks for watching. I hope you're all keeping safe and well. Take care. Bye for now.